Morning people, morning YouTube. We are in Talk Talk. Talk Talk is a conversation platform where we can learn some languages like English, Spanish, French, and other languages. Here is not a normal class. I'm not a teacher, okay? And no one here will teach you nothing, but we will learn together. Here is a safe place to exchange ideas, giving opinions, and make mistakes. Don't worry about mistakes, cause they are part of our life, and we can learn from them. I'm Elias. I will be the host for today. And today, let's talk about I think a relatively new subject. It's not a new subject, but it's increasing in last years. Relationship with AIs. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's the reason about what's the reason why people try to relate with AIs, if it's good or not for society. Um, I don't know. For me, it's look like it's more the public is more men than women. I don't know why. Cause usually I see a girlfriend AIs and not a boyfriend AIs. But okay, let's talk about it. What's the reason? Let's start with introductions. Yasmin, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good morning, guys. I'm Yasmin. I'm 20. I live in São Paulo. Currently, I work as a software developer. And here in the platform, I practice English and Spanish too.
Good, very good. And about you, Claudia, introduce yourself, please.
Sure. Good morning, guys. I'm Cláudia. I'm from a small town in state of São Paulo. I used to be a IT project manager. Besides my work, I'm dedicating my time to volunteering in a project that helps women face menopause, especially ones in vulnerable situations. And I'm here at CMT platform to improve my English and get ready for new professional opportunities. That's it.
Very good, Claudia. Thanks. And about you, Ricardo, introduce yourself, please.
Hello guys, nice day. I hope that you this week passed so fast until Friday. Uh, I live at São Vicente for the city of Brazil. But let me see. I work in IT area in the I love watch movies, hang out with my friends, family. Uh, go to the beach, go to the beach sometimes. Uh, that's it for now.
Very good, Ricardo. And about you, Sidney, introduce yourself, please.
Okay, hello guys. As you know, my name is Sidney. I'm 4 years old, and for me, it's a pleasure to stay with you guys in the Elias Immersion again. It's Monday. It's always amazing to start the week practicing our English. So I consider myself a familiar, dedicated guy. So I'm married with an incredible woman, and together we have a 7 years old boy that make us on our choice with his curiosity and energy. And I consider myself a lucky guy because I work on remotely on Mondays and Fridays, so it permits me to stay by side my family to follow the growth of my son. And yes, I think that's it. Thank you.
Very good, Sidney. And about me, I'm Elias, 39. I live in Teresópolis, a small peaceful city in Rio de Janeiro state, where Brazilian Football Club, CBF, is located. I'm married, I have no kids yet, and I have no pets because I live in a small flat. Then I think it's not a good space for having pets. I'm a software developer too. Now I'm working more than 7 years, and I currently work for a insurance company that's based in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. I've been there just once this year, and maybe I will be there again next year in the beginning of the year. And that's it about me. Okay. Before I start the questions, let's just answer very quick questions for our few guys. Did you try or did you, I don't know, try to use the AI for having a virtual relationship? It's not necessary to justify or just say yes or no. It's strange, it's normal. What do you think, Ricardo?
Uh, well, uh, essentially is a nice tool, but specifically for girlfriend, I don't know. I didn't understand. Girlfriend, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I got it. I got it. Uh, I listened to and watched some news regarding using AI like therapist, so psychologist, and the and I know I listen or watch some news regarding a kid, adolescent that kill yourself because of that. So the problem is always the human. So in this case, when you talking regarding kids or teenagers, that people that don't have enough knowledge, enough experience. So this case is necessary pay attention because of that is so sad that when this kind of thing happen. And the particular because sometimes the AI is not well clearly AI is not a human, so in this case it's not possible to predict some situations during this process. Oh, is a key is a just for fun or something? Yeah, I know, but it's weird sometimes. So in this case, it's necessary pay attention. And for this reason, in another, sometimes the IA do all of the homework and the others kind of papers. So uh, fortunately, my daughter until now don't use AI for the specific process, but it's harder to lead because all of the classmates use a lot. Sometimes it's so easy to do any kind of thing. It just request for the AI and all of the all of the work. So this case is totally insane.
Mm.
I remember when I was a kid, I have to took a bus, go to the library. So and I have to take notes. And when I come back to my house, I have to create my paper. So nowadays is just a couple of words, and suddenly you have the completed job
Yes,
done.
yes, yes. I understand. Sometimes a use of AI can make us a little lazy. But let's hear about Yasmin. Would you relate with AI for some reason? What do you think? Yes or no?
No, yeah, I think this when if I try this wouldn't work for me. For example, any kind of relationship like romantic or friendship or relationship between a doctor and me, for example, because a lot of people are starting to be therapy sessions, for example. by AI. So yeah, I think any of these uh, kinds of relationship not to work for me. I don't know. Maybe it could work for someone, but for me, no.
Okay, thanks. And about you, Sydney?
Not with this purpose, but I some months ago I was talking with ChatGPT and the talking English, and it also awesome that it used to link our previous conversation, and mix this replies with the not the questions, the answer I did. So it's very helpful. But I have been receiving some advertisement about this AI, to make a AI girlfriend. But I think I am a man in my 40s, maybe I could be a kind of target, for these algorithms, these companies.
Okay, and about you, Claudia? Would you relate with AI for some reason?
Mm, as a relationship, as Yasmin said, romantic or friendly, no. I think it's not a good idea to me. But I do the same of Sydney. I practice English with ChatGPT and Perplexity, even the questions of our immersions. So I don't know if it's real because always they said, "Oh, your English is very good." I don't know, but it's helpful before the immersions, okay? But just in this case.
Yeah, about the practicing, I use the another, I use the else speak. Maybe I will try another. Share the name that you AI that you use for practicing. Maybe I will try. Um, but about me, no, I've never related with AI. I don't know. For me, it's very strange. And let's move on. Question number two. First question is Casey. Why do you think some people create or use AI girlfriends? I put the word girlfriends. Uh, I think some people, some women use it for boyfriends, but for me, it's look like it's more for men's. I don't know why. Starting with you, Claudia, do you agree? Usually, we have more girlfriends for men's or not, and why people create or use AI for a partner?
I don't know who uses more, women or men, okay? But I think people create AI girlfriends or boyfriends because they want emotional relationships without the fear of being rejected, maybe, okay? For many people, I think it's easier to uh, to talk and open up to an AI because they, as I said, they always respond kindly. So it's never, you never be in a DR, I don't know in English, DR. So it's also a way to be uh, without a real life relationships. I think that's it.
Okay, and and about you, Yasmin. What do you? I will explain the questions. What do you think some people create or use AI girlfriends and imagine a hypothetical situation, okay? A friend of you that she like you, but you don't know, and this friend, this boy, create a girlfriend like you that look like you, and you discover before. How do you act?
First about the question two, I think it is because of the same reason. Then some people date with dolls, realistic dolls before, because like Claudia said, is almost impossible to have uh, any kind of discussion, things like that, because Normally, even when we are asking something to AI, the AI is very kindly. So the person could feel these emotions, but like, oh, no one treats me like that. So I'm in love with this AI. So maybe could be in that way. And another thing is because it's possible to shape your partner in at some points. For example, um, shape the way it talks to you. Some maybe nicknames that it uses with you, something like that. So it's possible to shape and in relationships with people isn't possible to shape the another's opinion, another's way to act, to react. So could be easier to have a relationship with AI because it's more easier in a lot of points. And if I discover someone is doing something like that, I don't know, I will maybe block the person and never will talk with the person anymore because I don't know, this sound like a Black Mirror episode. I don't know, it's really strange. And my God, I wouldn't know what this person is talking or doing with these things. So I will just block and uh, maybe will act in a way that this person don't exist because yeah, it's strange.
Maybe would you process this person that do this?
I don't know because I think it's really hard to find some proofs that the person is doing that. And nowadays there are a lot of anonymous uh, justice processes that aren't the people are don't take seriously. Imagine this one. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I will just waste my time at some point.
And about you, Sydney, I will make the same question. You maybe now you are a married man, okay? You have your family, and you discover that some woman use a AI to create a boyfriend like you, and you discover. How do you react?
As firstly, the people I think they used to create, to use AI girlfriends because I think about loneliness. I think they feel alone. I think they suffer about loneliness. Most especially men, young men, they have problems to interact with other people, So because it always happened in the history. I remember in my school days, a lot of my friends they have problems, to interact with the other girls, but today, because they have, I think the new generation have this access of this technology, they used to, I think to fit the necessities, to be to be accept, to the sense of acceptable, the acceptation of someone. I think also the feeling to be about to be loved, to be heard from someone, even if it could be a AI too. And for me, like Edwin said, firstly, I would find it a kind of weird, a strange thing. And then, yeah, like Edwin said, I would just block this pair, or because to make a kind of process to process this girl, it could be weird, like Edwin said, to find a proof to prove it. And but I think I have fears that in the future we will have this kind of technology that could record, the human face, and these people will use it when the thumb relationship would broke, it will finish, and to maintain this contact, it will be weird, but maybe it will be. Also the future of the technology, really this virtual relationships.
Yes, for me, it would be very strange too. Maybe I wouldn't say process as people, but I don't know. I just blocked. I don't know. Stay far from this person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's very strange. And about you, Ricardo? About question number two, why people create or use AI girlfriends, and what would you do if you suddenly discover that is some women like you, but don't tell you, and use your image to create a AI boyfriend?
Uh, I don't know. I believe that is I always follow in this kind of trap because I prefer argue if a person online, alive. So it's for me it's boring. So because I know that when you talk with AI is always the answer a kind of question that I will like. And I like to suffer, I believe, because I prefer lead with a person so and face different problems. But for the other hand, I know that is this kind of situation should be or could be a real serious trap because uh, it sounds like I listened to Yasmin told I watched the episode, né? Black Mirror episode. So uh, normally, né? When do you have a kind of relationship? Um, we sometimes it's frustrating because I always wanted to have qualities that you don't know, you don't have. So normally you wanted to receive more careless, more patience, and a lot of different feelings. But the only way, the only situation that you could do is be this person. You could, you should be, or you could be a patience person, a careless person, or yeah, a lovely person. And normally, this kind of situation, when you do right things, positive things, normally the answer is positive too. Not all the times, but is makes sense. So in this case, I always uh, offer this kind of example. For example, a eremit. They live alone at the middle of the forest, for example, and uh, this person don't have this kind of problem, relationship problems, but for the other hand, uh, this person don't become wise or mature because uh, this person don't have this kind of experience. So in this case, it's not easy, yeah, uh, because sometimes uh, normally serious situation let us closer, and the bullshit, this kind of thing, keep away from your partner. So the problem is not exactly when you have a disease. The problem is when you have, I don't know, a kind of, I don't know, as you told, bullshit. For example, oh, you wake up and don't say hello for me or this kind of situation. So that's it. I talk a lot, so
Yes.
sorry.
Okay. Yes, I think I don't know. For me, some people are afraid of being rejected and use this kind of tools.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I think, like you said, people don't become don't have this experience because the relation with humans is totally different. That's relation with AIs. And I connection with question number four for you, Claudio. Can loneliness be reduced due to an AI companion? What do you think? It can be reduced or it can be worse for this person?
Uh, I think AI companions can help reduce loneliness, especially people who live alone or people doesn't make social connections because AI can connect you with another person as well, not just AI, okay? But the relationship isn't truly like humans, you know? The simple act of having someone or something to talk can make a big difference in emotional for these people. But as we said before, AI will always be kindly. So sometimes we need someone to have some discussions in our life. So I don't I don't know if it is the wrong way, but I think it's not the healthy way to be not lonely in our lives, you know?
Okay, I have an opinion, but I will answer for the last about this question. And about you, Sydney, question number four.
Well, yeah, it can be reduced, but because yeah, some people they have the necessity, some romantic necessities or friendship necessities. But like Claudia said, I think it can be harmful for their mind because this how the people use it. I think the AI used to be friendly, a human, a real human being will sometimes at a same point disagree with something you know that you are discussing. So it's the real life, but this AI they were designed to accept all the things, to be your what can I say, your friend or your girlfriend without uh, questions that can make you angry, because I think some AI, you are a customer, and maybe and we are paying some money, this company they will not want you to resign, to use it. So it will be used, it will offer you all the love, all the things that it have. I think some people also use this kind of AI like a therapist. So I agree that some people they don't have money to consult with a real therapist. So they use it as kind of a therapy, but it also has some negative points when we use it so much, when we rely a lot on it and not to consult or not to have the second opinion from some specialist.
Okay, thank you very much, Sydney. And about you, Yasmin, what's your opinion about this question? Can reduce loneliness or not?
It's hard because maybe it can reduce in an artificial way. Because the person will feel of love and feel that are not lonely, for example. But for this person will be it start to be really hard to deal with people that aren't AI. Because like we was saying before, the AI is very kind, so we'll every time learn how the person wants to be treated and deal with this person in that way. So the person will be really addicted to not deal with truly feelings. To every time will be addicted to listen what they want to listen. So this can affect the another's relationships of this person, for example, friendships, relationship with relatives, because the person will act in a way like to every time be right, and also will be frustrated if somebody else act in a way that they want to deal with. So, can reduce the loneliness in an artificial way, but I think this can bring my more loneliness in a long term.
Yes, I agree with you. I mean, you kind of lose my mind. I think the same. I think in artificial, I think in short periods it can reduce loneliness, but we people that use it can develop social problems or worsen social problems. It's like a drug. It's a kind of drug because people tend to. I think I never use it, but I think AI is very kind. Maybe never argue or argue in lighter way. Because, for example, if I argue with AI just maybe say some bad words and a few moments I will stop it. But if I argue with my wife maybe can get I don't know argue with me and can fight in some way. For example, then it's totally different, and I think we develop a false expectation about people. My opinion. I think this tools is like drugs. I think we have to avoid it. Okay, it's just my opinion. And about you, Ricardo, what do you think about this question? Can we reduce loneliness or not?
Uh, this kind of relationship, yeah, relationship. Mm,
Yes, it can
I don't
reduce
know.
loneliness or not?
Maybe I sometimes is you have this kind of feeling, reduce the loneliness sometimes, I believe, but uh, it's not a properly a good movement, in my opinion. So sometimes you have to resist in the try to keep in touch with humans. No? But because sometimes, okay, for example, let's wonder that, oh, a person have a lot of friends and the keep in touch every time with humans, but sometimes, yeah, they use these kind of tool. I consider good too, but sometimes, as you told, is a kind of trap. So suddenly you started to use the AI a lot of time, and you started to notice, oh, when I keep in touch with AI, it's so much better because uh, it always tell that things that I love or I like is have more patience or this kind of good feelings. And suddenly you keep away from the humans and just talk with AI and the sun. I consider this kind of thing, uh, the psychologists or this kind of human relationship, the last frontier uh, for IA. I believe that all of the other situations, yeah, have a success, but should be the last one because it's so complex this kind of thing. Sometimes, for example, you pay attention to it, twins, brothers, they live together, interact with the same persons in the same environment, and suddenly they became completely different became these persons became adults. So sometimes you pass through the same situation and I feel more pain than another person. So it's very, very hard. Uh, yeah, replacing us in this kind of specific thing. That's it.
Yes, I think I don't know. Each person reacts in different ways in these situations, but um, I don't know. For me, seems like more dangerous in long term than than with benefits. For example, just example, like I said, guys, I use some AI tools to study English. For example, like I use the Elsa Speak. It's a great tool.
Mhm.
But it's different from humans. For example, sometimes when I use some expressions, for example, you can understand me, but AI just in some way correct me. For example, if I say today is so hot, for example, maybe AI said, oh, you said so twice is redundant, but it's not redundant. I'm just trying to emphasize. Understand? Our humans understand it, but for AI, it's a mistake. But it's don't. It's not a mistake. I want to say in that way. And there is another problem. Sometimes the mic of my cell phone is not catch my speech correctly. Then the AI just can or, I don't know or the transcription is not correct, and the AI just can hate me in a lower grade than the real. Then I think okay, it's helping me. I'm not stop using for this purpose, okay, but for emotional purpose, I think it's so hard to. I think so harmful. It's not good for no one. Okay. Let's move on. Claudia, can you choose another question? You can, if you want to, you can follow the order or choose or skip it if you want.
Sure, let me see here. Number 6. How does emotional connection differ between humans and AI? In my opinion, the main difference is that human emotions are deeply complex, while AI emotions are programmed. Okay? You can train your AI, for example. Humans truly feel empathy and love, for example. On the other hand, AI only simulate the empathy and the love. Okay? These simulations can feel very real sometimes, but I think this is the main difference between AI can just simulate, and of course, human can real feelings about empathy, love, and everything, every emotion that we have. I think that's it, the difference.
Yes, I agree with you. I think it's different. Um, some people, I don't know, maybe Philip here from Talk, some sometime he told to us some people use the apps to study English, but I think he keep in contact with humans is totally different because in the end of the day, we are learning English to connect with people and not with AI, not with apps. Then, if we just stay connecting with apps, using apps for study, for example, in real life, I don't know, when a person look to us like with a anger face, we don't know how to react, for example, how to answer these questions. Then it's totally different. Then I think the main purpose is to connect with humans. Then just is the reason here in Talk is the best place to learn English for me. It's better than apps. Because I don't know, apps in some way, okay, help us a lot, okay, but in some moments don't give us the human factor that is very important. And about you, Sydney, what do you think about this question number six? How the
I
difference?
totally, yeah, I totally agree with what you said and Claudia said. I think each one has a different necessity, perspective about a relationship, expectations as well. So I think AI, like Claudia said, it is trained. It is taught by how the people. I think the information that the people input need, train it, but it's just a simulation. But I think when we have interaction with a real human being, we can see their true emotions. We can feel their true feelings. I think it is the most important. I think in the final of the day, I think it makes it is that connect us with other people. Like you speak English right now, so we can see that our through our responses, our replies, that we are what we are talking is what we used to feel through our emotions, no? In the bottom of our heart. So I don't know, maybe because the technology it is not unstoppable, So one day maybe the technology AI will reach a kind of level that we will emulate perfectly, some emotions, some feelings. But today we can see clearly that there is a lack. We can see clearly the difference. When I talk with the ChatGPT, it responds me a lot, in like a human, but we can see that it's just a robot. It's a robotic voice that don't connect with me, with my feelings. You know, that's it.
And about you, Yasmin, we are in question number six. How does emotional connection differ between humans and AI? I remember, I think a month or 2 months ago, you creating your mentioning a subject about I forget the term about when in games, for example, the character is too similar to a human, but with some difference. There is a. Do you remember the term that you used? Um, I
Yeah, to
forget
be
the term.
honest, I can't remember because there are a lot of versions.
Yes, yes, but I remember that it's like uh, usually we humans react more, react better if we know this character is just a character, but if this character is very close to a human, but with some differences, we react
Yeah, now I
not so
remember.
good.
Is Uncanny Valley, right?
Yes, 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 yes. Then
Yeah, I remember now.
I remember this subject. Then what do you think the difference between humans and AI?
Well, this is hard because, like we are saying before, the AI every time is really kind and it's possible to shape too the AI to change the way it talks to you. And I think it's almost impossible to have any discussion with AI just if you prompt it like, oh, start a discussion with me or something like that. And with people, really people, is um, our relationship have a lot of distinct things. There are times that the relationship's better. There are times that the relationship must improve at some point, and it's impossible to 100% of time be all good in a relationship. So we are humans. We made mistakes. We have to shape to improve ourselves, our skills, to treat another better. And with AI, is I think is easy in all of the points. So the connection could be easy, but not a deep connection, for example. And with humans, of course, the connection is really deep when we reach that. But yeah, with AI, also have the point that imagine when the person is without internet and to talk with the partner or the person already reached the limit of prompts of an hour and have to wait to keep talking with the AI. So yeah, I don't know. I think in these moments this can bring this feeling to be talking with AI maybe. But I don't know. I never had this experience, so I couldn't talk so much about it.
But you bring an interesting point. Maybe some people, some human, act like AI, like you said, they exceed the limit of requests a day. Cause some people stop to do answer. I'm sick of this boy, this girl. Then just stop the answer. I think this person exceeds the limit of requests a month or a day. Very interesting. And about you, Ricardo? Question number 6.
Uh, I don't know. When we are simulating human emotions, I believe that depends on the person. Yeah, for example, AI could give us a good answers. Sometimes commit mistakes, but uh, a lot of times I believe that when a person try to keep in touch with AI, this person don't have much expectations. So in this case, you start a conversation and the AI starts to fit more and more your profile, and suddenly, uh, yeah, have a good relationship with you, gave given good answers, and suddenly you started to became have a kind of dependency or this kind of thing. I don't know. And sometimes it's hard to avoid for some people because it sounds like a kind of addiction. Because, for example, if you it's not exactly a good thing, but a lot of people use so it's the same or similar situation when you talk regarding drugs or alcohol. So the most part of the time, not all the time, but the most part of the time, the people really know uh, and the know regarding the bad effects from this kind of thing. So yeah, so except for the kids and the teenagers, I believe that yeah, a lot of people could reproduce the AI could reproduce well the good answers for sound like humans, and a lot of people start to have a kind of relationship. So it's sad, but it's true.
Yes, I think it's very. I don't know. It's very difficult to think about the
Hmm.
AI in integrating your life. But I don't know. Maybe in the future, I don't know. 10 years from now, we will see the results of the integration of AI. I remember a long time. I think a year ago, I did a job interview totally with AI. Then I told it to in the immersion with a guy, the guy that's I'm totally against. If I realize I don't show in that interview. Okay, but I think it's a it's, it's a tendency. I'm using AI every day. Every day in my job, I'm using Copilot as a software developer. I think AI will be integrated in our life. I think it's, I don't know, companies try to save money, save time and money, improve productivity. Then I think we use these tools, AI, for everything. But I think the results maybe we see, I don't know, 10 years from now, 10, 20 years. Okay, guys, this subject is it's a little complex because AI is, I think the use of AI like now is very new and we have to learn about it. And I send the link with his survey, okay? We can rate this immersion, give me suggestion about topics that you want to discuss, guys, okay? Our time has finished. Thank you very much, Ricardo, Yasmin, Sidney, and Claudio, okay?
Thank you,
See
guys.
you
Have a
next
wonderful,
Friday and next Monday too, okay? Bye,
Thank
wonderful
guys.
you,
week for
guys.
you guys. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Thank